My future MIL sent out her own version of our wedding invitation to protect her family's image. She was humiliated when we set the record straight. I'm getting married this October. My fiancé and I are covering most of the expenses ourselves: venue, catering, photographer, and even the DJ. His parents generously offered to pay for the rehearsal dinner and contribute to the flowers, which I appreciated. His mom has always been opinionated, but I thought we had struck a decent balance. Looking back now, there were warning signs. When we first got engaged, she insisted we needed an elegant engagement party. My fiancé and I wanted a casual backyard BBQ with friends, but she kept dropping hints like, "Oh, won't it look embarrassing if people post pictures and you're just standing by a grill in shorts?" Eventually, she hosted her own little soiree for her friends, complete with rented glassware and a pianist, then acted like she had saved us from bad optics. She also had strong feelings about the flowers. I had chosen a mix of seasonal blooms, blush roses, white hydrangeas, and eucalyptus. Simple but beautiful. She wrinkled her nose and said, "Hydrangeas are so suburban. Don't you want something with a little more prestige?" When I reminded her we were covering most of the costs, she sighed and muttered, "Well, I suppose it's your day, technically." So yes, she had her moments, but she hadn't outright crossed any hard boundaries, until now. A few days ago, I got a DM from my fiancé's aunt. She asked, "Hey, just to double check, is the dress code semi-formal or cocktail? And is it 4 p.m. or 5 p.m.? I stared at my phone in confusion. Our invitations, which went out months ago, clearly said, "Semi-formal, ceremony starts at 5 p.m. So I asked what she meant. That's when she sent me a photo. It was an invitation with our names on it, but it wasn't ours. The time had been moved to 4 p.m. The venue details were shortened in a way that could confuse, and the dress code, cocktail attire. At first, I thought it had to be some outdated draft, maybe a misprint, but no. After some frantic group messages with a few cousins, I learned the truth. My future mother-in-law had designed and mailed out her own version of our wedding invitation to her entire side of the family. I confronted my fiancé immediately. He was just as blindsided as I was, so we called her. And here's the kicker. She didn't even deny it. "Oh yes, I sent a corrected version," she said breezily, like she'd just straightened a crooked picture frame. "Yours felt a bit casual. I didn't want my family to feel underdressed. This way, everyone will be properly presented." I was floored. I asked why she changed the time, and she actually laughed. "Well, dear, your schedule felt rushed. Some of our relatives like to arrive early, and this way they'll have time to settle in. Honestly, you should thank me." I could feel my blood pressure spike. I explained, as calmly as I could manage, that this was not only disrespectful, it was going to cause total chaos. Guests were now operating on 2 different sets of instructions. Some would show up an hour early, dressed in cocktail attire, while others would arrive later, semi-formal. The venue staff would be caught in the middle. The photographer's timeline would be wrecked. Instead of apologizing, she got defensive. "You're overreacting. I'm simply trying to include my family's preferences. If you want this wedding to be remembered fondly, you might consider being more flexible." That was the moment I realized she wasn't clueless. She was smugly convinced she was right. My fiancé lost his cool at that point. He told her point blank, "Mom, you don't get to rewrite our wedding. This isn't your event." She huffed and tried the guilt trip. "I'm only doing what's best for the family's image. Do you want people whispering that it felt sloppy?" I couldn't help myself. I said, "Frankly, the only thing people will whisper about now is how tacky it was for you to forward invitations to your own son's wedding." Silence. She snapped back, "Well, I guess I know where I stand. You'd rather embarrass the family than listen to reason." That was the end of the call. Since then, it's been a scramble. We've had to send out a mass email to clarify the actual details and beg people to ignore any unofficial mailings. The venue staff have been warned. My fiancé even called his cousins directly to set the record straight. It's humiliating, but at least everyone seems to understand who's really at fault. As for his mom, she's sulking. She told my fiancé she feels excluded and that I've poisoned him against her. Honestly, I think she's more embarrassed that she got caught than anything else. So for now, we're holding the line. She's no longer allowed to have any role in the planning. We're making it crystal clear that one more stunt like this will have consequences. And honestly, the next time she tries to smirk and say she's just protecting the family's image, I'm ready to look her dead in the eye and say, "You should be less worried about your family's image and more worried about your own." Because when people talk about this wedding in the years to come, they won't be whispering about hydrangeas or dress codes. They'll be whispering about her, and I'm fine with that.